What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys another episode of In It to Win It. We are playing with a brand new team, as you guys can see down below. It is a really cool team. It's somewhat gimmicky, but it features a lot of really cool mechanics and a lot of really cool Pokemon that most people probably didn't even know was legal. We're going to be using a Sharpedo and a team based around Sharpedo. And I was surprised that Sharpedo was even in the decks. Like, looking for uncommon mons, Sharpedo is definitely one that is outclassed by something like Gyarados, who is originally supposed to be in this team over the Sharpedo, but our Sharpedo has a few little quirks to it that make it a little bit better than Gyarados in this specific situation. So I'm going to lay down a list of items here. We're going to be using the Water EMZ on Sharpedo that can definitely change in the future. We're going to be using a Focus Sash from Zakat, a Thick Club on Marowak, a Life Orb Salazzle. I think we got the Wiki Berry on Fini, that's probably the standard berry right there, and the Choice Scarf on the Kartana. So this team is kind of random. I'm going to tell you our Sharpedo moveset as a bit of a spoiler here. We're running Protect, Taunt, Waterfall, and then the last move is a move that most people don't even know Sharpedo gets. It's actually going to be Destiny Bond, and I might switch out the Water EMZ for a Ghost EMZ on that Sharpedo, because remember, Sharpedo has Speed Boost, and it's going to be way faster than everything on the board. So the combo that this team can pretty much do is you lead like Sharpedo and Tapu Fini. First turn, you're going to protect with your Sharpedo. You're going to switch out your Tapu Fini for Whimsicott, and you may think, why would you even do that? What's the point? Well, the main point is to set up the Misty terrain, so then next turn, you can just, if you want, you can blow a Z move, you can do whatever you want with Sharpedo, or you can go with Whimsicott and go for like a +1, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You can go for a Swagger onto your Sharpedo and then pop a huge +2 Z move, or just a +2 Waterfall, and then from there, you know, you're pretty much just going to roll all your opponent's Pokemon until they have to attack you, and then when they do finally attack you, you just body them with a Destiny Bond. So that is the play. I know I have spent too much time talking about this. Let's hop into some games and see if we can actually make it happen. Here we go. Alright, so our first game is going to be going up against, I would call this a Trick Room team. I'm not going to say it's a hard Trick Room team, but it is a very safe Trick Room team. It has Porygon as the setter, it has Gigalith and Fini as kind of the bulky AoE mons to kind of grind it out. So this is a team we can definitely take advantage of. Now remember, he has 2 Fake Out users, so first turn, I gotta be really smart and safe in how I actually do this. I don't know if I'll be able to combo this guy with the Sharpedo combo I mentioned earlier, but I think I can still do alright. I'm thinking of going Salazzle and Sharpedo, so I can Fake Out the Porygon guaranteed, or I can Fake Out the Fake Outer and then taunt the Porygon, because Salazzle has a faster Fake Out than all of these guys. The only problem being if they just like lead with something that bodies my Sharpedo. Like, so one thing Sharpedo's very susceptible to is you taunt them, that's great, and then they just like don't Trick Room and they just like try attack you and you die. So that kind of sucks. Yeah, we're gonna go Salazzle. We got 27 seconds and Sharpedo. Now the next 2 mons, remember, he is running that like big Trick Room team, and I'm going to try and delay that as much as possible. I think I'm going to bring Kartana here. It's good against Fini and Gigalith, not so good against Arcanine. So I think the last mon might just be Marowak, but I think I'm going to bring Fini. Bring my own Fini here. Yeah, Marowak doesn't come all that often. It's pretty much there to scare off Kokos, and it's very good against hard Trick Room teams that need like Mimikyu, for example. It's also good against teams that use like Executor or other like ghost type setters. Marowak's amazing against those teams, and it's a substitute Marowak, so it's really good against like Koko and other things that just get stuck. I could have probably brought it because there's a Togamaru, but looking at this, he's probably bringing the Persian over the Togamaru if he's even bringing it at all. So we see Fini and Arcanine, and actually I think this is a bit of a roll. It's so cool seeing Sharpedo in game, and there's a star on its butt. That's kind of cool too. So he's getting an Intimidate off on me, which is probably enough to make it so my Z move doesn't one-shot, but I think I still might go for the Z move. So we see Misty Train activate. I think I might just Fake Out the Fini to seal that slot up and just go for the Z move on Arcanine. If any of these mons protect, we just Encore them with Salazzle, and we should be in a decent spot. So we're just going to pull out the Fake Out on Fini, and we're going to try and bust out the Z move onto the Arcanine. And then maybe later on in the game, who knows, we can go for a Destiny Bond trade 1 for 2, and that's good enough for me. Those are things that I take. So we're gonna see. You remember, Sharpedo has a base 95 speed set, so a Jolly Arcanine would actually be faster than my Sharpedo. So Gigalith switching in here, that kind of sucks. Remember, he's switching in to block that What is he? He's switching to block a Sludge Bomb. If I wanted to go for a Sludge Bomb, I'm going for a Fake Out to keep him honest, and I'm most likely going to switch the Kartana out next turn. Or sorry, switch into Kartana next turn if this KOs. So we see I take some Life Orb damage on my Salazzle, and we're going for the Z move, the Hydro Vortex with Sharpedo. I love it. Man, like, I know that you can ride on this thing in the game, but legit, like, I kind of knew it was legal, but no one's used Sharpedo. Let's be real. Who uses Sharpedo? So Sharpedo's gonna pop this Hydro Focus on Arcanine. Remember, I am intimidated, but Sharpedo has a pretty high base attack stat, so like I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we one-shot the Arcanine through Intimidate, and I'm pretty sure that is a bulky Arcanine. I probably could have went back and looked to see if it activated Intimidate before Fini, but I'm sure that the Fini is incredibly bulky as well, and if both of them are like 0 speed bulk, obviously Arcanine's gonna be a little bit faster. So we get our speed boost. It doesn't really matter all that much. But we can go for a Destiny Bond here. We can go for a Destiny Bond. I want to see if that Fini comes out. It is going to be the Fini, so I really think what he's going to do is just protect. And I don't know if he's going to like Rock Slide. I mean, I'm going to switch into Kartana here. I'm going to switch Salazzle for Kartana. But the question is, do I want to protect? Like, he could also just protect with Gigalith. That's a good question. All right, I'm going to switch the Kartana in there. And I'm thinking about just maybe I just protect with my Sharpedo. Just kind of scout the waters a little bit. And then when something is forced to protect, I Destiny Bond. I think I like that even better. So we're going to protect here. Remember, he doesn't have a Trick Room up. I have no reason to just spam Destiny Bond. And they actually changed the way Destiny Bond works in this new gen. You can't just spam it over and over and over again, or else I would just Destiny Bond there. But you can only really use it once, and you got to wait, and then you got to use it again. So we're protecting with our Sharpedo. And he goes for a Moonblast onto Sharpedo. Okay, so now we know that that's something that he wants to do. He goes for a Stone Edge on the Kartana slot. Luckily for us, he misses. And now we have a really cool situation where we have like multiple Pokemon that take like super effective damage to stuff. Fini's taken a little bit of Sandstorm damage. I hope that he doesn't have leftovers. I think what I'm going to do, I want to check. I'm at +2 on my Sharpedo. That means that Kartana is slower now. If my Sharpedo was a +1, Kartana would still be faster because I want to Leaf Blade that yeah, I want to Leaf Blade the Fini. And I think I might just switch the Sharpedo out. I can just hard switch it out. I can just switch it in for Fini. And if he Rock Slides my Fini, oh well. And I can choose Sharpedo later. Remember, Destiny Bond is a really cool move. It's a really cool gimmick, but since this, you gotta treat this like it is a best of 3. You know, you don't really want to go for your Destiny Bond unless it's something that is amazing. So he's switching out, coming in with Porygon2. So it looks like we might start to see a little bit of Trick Room. And I think it's the right play, switching Fini in there especially, just because I'm getting a free hit on the Porygon, and then Sharpedo is intimidated, so it's not like, you maybe think, why don't you just Waterfall the Gigalith? Like, I was at -1, like, I one-shot an Arcanine with my Z move, but I wouldn't be doing anything to a Gigalith, so I think next turn, I'm probably just going to Moonblast into the Porygon. Remember, that guy's also taking juicy Sandstorm damage, and then just Leaf Blade again, and we should be able to wrap it up. And this Fini spread is actually, shoutouts to the Saxlid, European player. This is influenced by his EV spread. It's very unique. There's a bunch in defense and specialty, with a good amount in special attack as well and speed. It's a very unique Fini spread that I think can work here. I think I can potentially get the KO. Let's see. Come on, just KO it. All right, there we go. Yeah, there's a good amount of special attack in my Fini. So he goes for a Curse here, which is kind of scary, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Yeah, I don't think this is the end of the world, because Gigalith's Sandstorm is going to wear off soon. I still have all 4 of my Pokemon. He doesn't know about Destiny Bond. Curse Gigalith is really scary, but if, like, let's say next turn he goes Protect with Gigalith, and Fini comes in, and he just, like, Protect baits me and then crits my Kartana down. Well, then I'll just send out Salazzle, I'll just Encore the Gigalith. Worst case scenario, we get Z moved, but then he's stuck. That Gigalith is useless for the remainder of the game. We still have Sharpedo, we still have a Fini ready to go. So I think we're in a decent spot. I'm just going to go for the Leaf Blade onto the Fini, and I'm just going to... I kind of want to Moonblast into the Fini as well, just to guarantee. And Moonblast would be good against Gigalith, and I don't really like using Muddy Water. I don't really like missing with Muddy Water either. So yeah, we're just going to double up into Fini here. I think it's the lesser of 2 evils, and I really want to get the Fini gone. So we KO the Fini with the first Leaf Blade. That's going to give us a juicy attack boost on our Kartana. Gigalith can do really whatever it wants, but I think it would have to Z move to be able to KO my Kartana, other than bust out some weird special attack. So yeah, Moonblast still does a lot to that Gigalith. He goes for the Stone Edge, he's at +1, but Kartana is incredibly bulky on the defensive side, and now that his Sandstorm's gone, we're going to be able to just destroy him with Leaf Blade and Moonblast, getting us the 4-0, and we didn't need to reveal everything. Sharpedo kind of just took this guy out of his comfort zone. You know, I'm pretty sure that this guy is used to fighting against, like, Gyaradoses. with that Arcanine. Maybe he tried to Wild Charge me or something, you know? He just let his Arcanine get KO'd turn 1, and Sharpedo is just a lot faster than Gyarados. It's the same base speed as Arcanine, but in a Trick Room team, what Arcanine is really running like full speed and then like a speed nature on top of that? And the answer is none. So Sharpedo wins game 1. We didn't have to use all of our gimmicks, but we're going to hop into another game and see if we can actually pull off the actual combo. And the only real thing that stops combos are hard speed control and fake outs. So if there's a team that doesn't have that, if it just has like general Tapu control and plays standard, we can combo them. So I'm sure we're going to do it eventually. So let's hop into another game and see if we can make it happen. Here we go. Alright, so our next game is going to be going up against Metagross, Koko, Lele, Double Duck, and Kartana. This is a copy of Aaron Zhang's San Jose Regionals team that got top 8. It actually beat me in that tournament, but I brought it back and beat him in Portland when he used a tweaked version of that team, and I was the Double Duck player. So I know a lot about this team. I'm assuming it's exactly the same. That team was very popular as like the Double Duck team to start out with, but it's not a team that Sharpedo can't beat. So we have to just play this a little bit differently, but I still think we can take it out. Double Duck is a bad matchup, but I think I just need to Tailwind. I'm thinking I'm going to go Salazzle and Whimsicott. And then worst case scenario, lose one of my mons, but then I have like permanent speed control forever. And that's something that I take. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I think we're going to have to go Salazzle, Whimsicott, Kartana, and then I would love to go Fini. The correct play here, I think, if you're not trying to style on them, is to just bring Fini, switch it in on a Z move from the Golduck, and make them blow their Z move, and then they have like no power, and you pretty much just roll them over with the rest of your mons. But I don't want to do that. I want to style on this guy, so we're going to bring Sharpedo too. Alright. So no Fini. I would love to bring Fini. Like, I really want to bring it, but we have to assume he's bringing Double Duck, Metagross, and Kartana. And these are better against those. Here we go. Here we go. I don't think that I'm going to win this one, but, you know, we are memeing a little bit on these guys. And he's using an incredibly standard team that is well tested at regionals. So it is what it is. You can also say that that this team that we're fighting against, Zhang's San Jose team, somewhat influenced my team that my Blitzkrieg teams you've seen me use before, because it's double Tapu, it's Lele Koko with Double Duck, but then his last two mons are like two bulky steel types, whereas my last two mons were like Raichu and Pheromosa with Hyper Aggression. So he decides to not opt with the Golduck lead, and that's incredibly surprising. Because I think this is so much better for me. I'm just going to fake out the Pelipper, potentially break its Sash. If it protects, we Encore it forever. And we're just going to set up a Tailwind. And then remember, if we just deny his Tailwind forever, then we'll win. So that's the play. So yeah, we're just going to Tailwind here. I'm thinking about not Tailwinding, but I'm thinking that I have to Tailwind. I think it's Zhang's team ran a vest on the Kartana, if I'm not mistaken. So like Flamethrower wouldn't KO the Kartana anyways. I'm just trying to think of what I can get away with here. He's withdrawing Kartana, most likely coming in with Golduck. Oh, he's coming in with a Lele. Well, that doesn't protect your Golduck from a fake out, my friend. That is not how life works. And then, yeah, we will just destroy that thing with the use of Sludge Bomb. Actually, I might just Sludge Bomb the Pelipper. Yeah, I think I'm going to nuke the Pelipper next turn. Because I really think what he's going to do here is I think he might protect with Lele and try and Tailwind, and if I get away with that, the game's over. The game will be over if I get away with that. So yeah, we're just going to Sludge Bomb the Pelipper, and we're just going to Moonblast it. And this Whimsicott, this spread, actually is full speed and special attack. It's Timid Nature, so it's faster than other Kartanas, which we might have to use later in the game. But yeah, being able to KO a Pelipper here would be huge. And if it costs us our Salazzle to try, you know, it's worth a shot. So here we go. He's switching out Lele. Yeah, he's definitely going for that. Let's see if he switches. Oh, he's switching in Kartana. Yeah, he's trying to bait me. So that means I'm thinking it might be a type of choice item on the Lele because he's not protecting, he's switching. So we're just going for big damage on Pelipper. We're going to leave it at 1, but that's why we double up into it with the Moonblast. Picking up the KO on Pelipper. Remember, we're the ones with Tailwind up. We're in a very, very good spot right now. And, yeah, I think that we're going to be able to run away with this. Because I think the Kartana is vested. If I'm not mistaken, it was Sash on Pelipper and Zhang's team. And it was the Lele. Okay, how do I want to deal with this? Okay. Psychic Train's up still. We have to assume his last mon is Golduck. I still have 2 turns of Tailwind. There's 3 turns of Rain, though. Is it worth switching into anything? Is there anything I can actually switch into? I can switch out my Salazzle for my Sharpedo to block a Psychic attack. That'd be so sick. That'd be the sickest thing ever. I don't think that he would actually fall for that, would he? I'm gonna try it. Alright, so we're switching in Sharpedo. That's such a greedy play, holy moly. And, yeah, we're just gonna Moonblast the Kartana. I want to know if it's vested or not. Because if it's not vested, it's a 2-shot. That's how I VV train this thing. And then he's going to clock my Whimsicott Sash. What I think he's going to do, I think he's going to Psychic my Salazzle slot. Or Protect. Either's fine with me. And then he's just going to... Yeah, Lele's protecting. Cool. What this does is it saves my Salazzle, because Salazzle is so good in the later ends of this matchup that it just saves the Salazzle for a little while. And it looks like it is vested. Okay. Cool. He goes for a Smart Strike on the Whimsicott. This is exactly what I kind of had planned. Alright. Now, I think what I'm going to do is just protect with my Sharpedo, guarantee that I get the boost, because I think he's going to attack my Sharpedo with the Kartana. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. And then I can send Salazzle out, and Salazzle can finish everyone off, because then I'll have just complete speed control. Yeah, so we're going to protect with Sharpedo, and it's technically smarter, I think, to Moonblast the Tana than to reveal that we have Endeavor. Yeah, I think that's smarter. I mean, I guess I could catch like a Golduck switching in for the Kartana slot, but this still puts everything at what we need to get put at. And remember, we're just doing this to kind of wait out the rain. We're already a lot faster than a lot of other things. So he goes for the Smart Strike. Maybe he's choiced. Like awkward choice, like choice weird, like a choice Scarf or a choice Band on the Kartana. Maybe it's not Zang's set. But I really think it's vested or heavily invested in Special D. So we go in for a Moonblast, we block those. I'm going to send Salazzle out, but I'm going to change my strategy up and actually attack the Kartana with my Sharpedo, because Sharpedo is at +2, which means Sharpedo tears this guy up. I don't even have to Z-move, I can just Waterfall from here. I kind of want to Z-move though, because the Z-move might KO through the Protect, or Detect in Kartana's case. Yeah, we're just going to go for the Waterfall, boosted by Rain and stabbed into the Kartana, and then we're just going to throw a Sludge Bomb into the Lele. And we should be fine. This is the last turn of Rain, which means Golduck has no power here. Holds no power here. And if he sends out the Golduck, we're not... Oh, it is! It is! It is Scarf, and he is faster than my Sharpedo after one turn. So, yeah, we did all the right plays, I think, but that's kind of weird. Scarf Tana. I don't think Zang ran Scarf Tana. I mean, I'm running Scarf Kartana. I like Scarf Kartana. But we took all the correct precautions. Note that he was still using Smart Strike like over and over and over again, so I assumed he was choiced. But remember, when you want to give that illusion of having a choice item, sometimes you just lock yourself into the same move over and over again because you want to give that illusion. Anyways, his last mon is gonna be... It'd be funny if it was Metagross. It'd be hilarious. I'm not even going to show my Z move here because that's not what you do. You don't want to show any more gimmicks. Gotta treat it like it is a best of 3. It's going to be Koko. Do I have to Z-move? I don't think I have to Z-move. I'm going to look at my mons in the back. I think I have the Whimsicott, right? I have Whimsicott. No, I have Kartana in the back. Yeah, I win. All I gotta do is Waterfall. And, I mean, should I just Z-move? It'd be better than... Is showing my Sharpedo item more important than showing my last mon and its Choice Scarf? I'm gonna Z-move. It's like advanced metagame thinking. You know, he's probably just running here. And they're just gonna Sludge Bomb him. I mean, I could also just Destiny Bond him. Yeah, we're just gonna Z-move him, and then he's gone. Goodbye. Bye-bye. I think it's more important in this scenario. Like, if you were to look at a Sharpedo, you'd be like, there's probably a 50% chance that thing's holding a Sash or a Z-move. So, confirming that it has the Z-move once you've already seen my Whimsicott Sash, it makes sense. But holding my Kartana in the back, showing that I even brought Kartana to the game in the first place, and showing that my Kartana has a Choice Scarf as well. Oh, wow, the Rage Quit, though. The Rage Quit from our opponent. Dude, that's the salt right there. Just because you use a good team doesn't mean you know how to play it, especially against Sharpedo. So, we take those. I totally take when people Rage Quit on me, because I think they have to wait a while before playing again. and just they're so salty, and it's the perfect fit. So those are the games for today. Let me know what you guys think about this team in the comments below. Do you guys like Sharpedo? Do you guys like the mons that I've surrounded him with? I know I have not gone in detail about the rest of the mons in the team, but through testing, this team has actually performed very well, and who knows? I mean, I might be able to take it to Anaheim coming up in a couple weeks, but yeah, this team is a lot of fun to play. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.